welcome to the Real Talk Sports Show. I'm your host, Mr. Jonathan Simmons. Sorry for our late start. As you can see, I have my shades on inside the green screen. Nothing's working. And that's what I feel like. A little shades being thrown by all my electronics in my house. But that's okay. We're not going to belabor it any longer. Big weekend in sports here, especially in the Atlanta area. And we're going to jump in with college football first. We're going to bring our good buddy, Mr. Rod McKenzie, onto the stage. Let's see if we can get Rod in here to make sure I got everything cooking here. Probably have to take the stage off. Rod, welcome back, sir.
Hey, good to be with you, Jonathan. How you doing?
Oh man, it's been a crazy day. Crazy day at work, running around, and then I get home and none of my electronics want to work. So I'm literally doing this from my iPad. But you know how it is, like they say on Broadway, the show must go on.
That's right. But I'm
Hey man,
sure you
listen,
have a nice car, so
yeah, so let's get right to it. I don't know. I guess the best word I can use is disappointment. I thought the Jackets would be able to find some way to slow Pittsburgh down, but like they've done the last 2 or 3 weeks, defense completely failed them. What was your take, especially in that first half, as Pittsburgh jumped out to, I believe, a 21-0 lead in the first half of that ball game?
yeah, well, first of all, everybody's talking about the defense, but the offense, didn't help at all either. They got off to a slow start.
Right.
And Pitt has a good defensive front four and good linebackers, so it wasn't something that you didn't expect. And I think the tale of the year is that, Georgia Tech was expected to have a good offense, and they've showed that this year. The defensive side of the ball was another story.
Right.
But in the beginning of the season, they were able to make big plays in the red zone, and perhaps maybe they weren't facing teams that they're facing, later in the season. The competition may have ramped up a little bit, and Pitt's two freshmen, the quarterback and the running back, really had big days for them. But in spite of all that, Pitt had a chance to win the game, or at least tie the game and send it into overtime. They're on the 5-yard line, first down. A touchdown pulls them to within one score, and you figure, well, that's going to change the momentum in the game. And then that big pick six takes place, and that really deflated the Jackets.
You also tell us a little bit about the other big play, 3rd and 4. Once again, they cut the lead within, I believe it was 35-28 at that point. If they could maybe got off the field, same thing, they could have got a tie. But then they give up the first down in the next play. See you.
Yeah, and you have to wonder what Narduzzi was thinking when he went forward on that 1 4th down play that allowed them to get to within one score. Going forward on 4th down, that was really a gift to Georgia Tech. And so you had the offense was feeling pretty good around that time, and if they would have stopped Pitt on that 3rd down play, you had to feel that the offense felt pretty good about taking the ball into the end zone to tie the game.
Yeah, Jackets offense, I mean, really all this year, man, has been just unstoppable. And once again, you look at King, and this guy. Now I understand there are other quarterbacks that are having great years as well, but when you have a guy that's averaging almost 300 yards a game in total offense, he's got to still be in the hunt to at least be a finalist, I think. I mean, again, a lot of great players across the nation, but his value to Georgia Tech, I think, is, I don't know if you can measure it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to look at it this way. You can't focus everything on that one loss, and you have to understand that where would Georgia Tech be in terms of their overall record if they didn't have Haynes King?
No doubt. Let's go to social media. Our good buddy, Mr. Sullivan here. I can pop it up here. There it is. Yep. Sully says, "Oh, shucky ducky, old man." Sully is back in the building, and we appreciate you. Mr. Sullivan has done a great job. If you want to get a good plate of food, Sully, when you get a chance, please put up your new location, not new location, but tell people where you are. We can come out there and get a good burger and a good plate of food. Please let us know. Yeah, it was it was very disappointing to see the Jackets kind of go down like that, especially at home. Senior day, all ACC network there in the morning, and just like I said, just disappointed the Jackets couldn't find some way to pull that one out.
Yeah, and I think if you always try to look for positives, and I think the one positive was naturally the sellout, and that sellout is in the attendance in the past 3 or 4 home games has helped Georgia Tech recruiting, and Georgia Tech had, I think, 6 or 7 recruits in there that were either committed elsewhere or at one time were committed elsewhere and had reopened their recruitment. So they, in spite of the loss, recruits don't always look at wins and losses in determining where they're going to go. They look at the fan support, they look at the relationship with the coaches and so on, and how comfortable they feel. And we've gotten some positive feedback from recruits we've talked to after the game. So signing day is coming up on December 3rd. So Georgia Tech needs help on the defensive side of the ball, in terms of their roster, and all these 7 recruits that were there this weekend all happen to be defensive players.
Yeah, man, no doubt about it. It's funny you should mention it because actually I'm getting a little small sample of that right now. I think I mentioned before, one of my coworkers, his son is also being recruited by Georgia Tech right now. He's a two-way player out of Ola High School. Young man plays a great deal of safety and running back. As a running back, the last couple of years, he's been over about 11 or 1,200 yards in the season, averaging probably about 7 or 8 yards per carry. That's young Mr. Caden Way out of Ola. And the other thing is that he got a 4.3 grade point average. So he definitely can handle the rigors of a Georgia Tech educational program, no doubt.
Yeah, and if you would have doubled my average, I would have been even with him.
Yeah, me too. There you go. There you go right there. Let's take a look at the stats here from the game. As I mentioned, Georgia Tech, and you mentioned, offense did pretty much all they could do. Unfortunately, a couple of costly turnovers. Hayne King, 2 interceptions. Unlike him, normally guards the ball very well. 27 of 41, 257 yards in the air, and then 20 carries for 76 yards. But Pitt did kind of keep him under control. Really no big explosive runs that we're used to him having in games. But like I said, at the end of the day, you still look up, and he's got over 300 yards of total offense.
Yeah, and it hurt not having Malachi Hosley out there.
Right.
He got banged up in the beginning of the game, and not sure how much of a difference he would have made, but he's had a great year, and he's had a lot of breakaway runs. You're talking about those those long runs, and he's the guy that's been doing it. So, but going back for a second to recruiting, one of the kids that was there for an official visit was from Morrow.
That's right on our neck of the woods. Morrow, we had a chance to see them play against Langston Hughes, another top team down on the south side. They tried to do the best they could, but Langston is a monster. But
Yeah,
Morrow's got some good candidates. There's no doubt about it. I saw some outstanding players there on that team.
Yeah, the kid's name is Christian Speakman, and he played on both sides of the line. I think he only weighs 330.
Oh, that's not too much. It's amazing to me the number of young men. I remember it was about just over a decade ago where the son of a Georgia Tech Hall of Famer, Malik Mackey, was part of the tremendous Mays team that went to the state final and lost to Colquitt. But they were the first high school team to have the entire front line be at 300 pounds or more, led by Malik, who I think at that time was about 320 pounds. And now it's pretty common. Almost every top team has that for sure.
Without a doubt, and that's where Georgia Tech needs help up front.
Right, no doubt. Let's take a look at our guy Sully. He kind of tell us where he's at here. He's at a place called Kava, which is in Cumming, Georgia. So you guys go up there and check him out. Like I said, again, he's got great food. great service. Anywhere he goes, you're getting top quality food and service. So check them out, Kava and Cumming. And yeah, we appreciate his support of the show over the years, Rod. This is one of the guys that found us, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago, and he has been really one of our most ardent supporters. He tunes in no matter what time we come on, whether we do the Tuesday night show or Saturday night show. So I definitely want to give him a shout out and tell him I appreciate him and his family, for supporting our show, because it's not like we're on 92.9. We're just, little guys doing the podcast. And I appreciate you, Rod, because I know that, again, your time is compressed, especially with everything going on. We got a short week. So what are the prospects, Rod, as we look to see this Georgia Tech team square up against the Bulldogs, especially understanding they've had such a problem stopping the run?
Yeah, and I think Georgia's really amped up their running game the last couple of weeks, and that they played that freshman a lot this past week. He did real well. So they have 2 or 3 running backs that are as good as anybody they've faced this year. So it's going to be a big challenge, and I think one of the things that Georgia Tech has to do is they have to keep the Georgia offense off the field. They have to control the clock while still putting points on the board, and they can't afford to have 3 and outs. I mean, that's just going to be a killer, especially we talked to Haynes King today about the slow starts they've had the last couple of games, and they're all aware of it. And you hear the usual words, execution, that type of thing. But, some of it has to do with the opponent you're facing.
Right.
And they've faced some better defenses over the last couple of weeks. So, it's that's how football works. Each game is a different game, and you can't expect the same thing week to week. And injuries are starting to take a role now, and the Tech has lost Jai Gilmore, their starting nickelback for the season. He went down during the game Saturday night, so they've had a lot of injuries in the back end and also on the defensive line. So it'll be interesting tomorrow when we get together with Coach Key to see what the status will be of the team as far as injuries are concerned.
No doubt. It's like I said, they got their work cut out for them as they take on one of the best teams in the country. Georgia ranked number 4 overall. Rob, before you go, I have to bring on to the stage the lady that really makes our show. Her beauty and brains always does it. I'm going to go here and bring her on to the stage. The lovely Miss Tree Dolman is back in the building.
Tree, hello, everyone.
Hey,
hi,
Tree.
Jonathan. Hi, Rod.
How you doing?
Doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing a little bit better than I was Saturday, but you know how that goes.
Sure. Yeah. I know. I was but you guys lost to my hubby's alma mater, so that's the only reason.
I mean, I had some mixed emotions too. I ran into some people that were there when he was there. Mm-hmm. One being Bill Hillgrove, who's still announcing Pitt games after all these years, and
wow,
those were some good times back then. You can't ignore them.
Yeah.
And but now, here I am, taking care of Georgia Tech. So,
yeah.
it's like you said.
Yeah. But I want Georgia Tech to do very well. I'm rooting for Georgia Tech.
Well, as Tree, as always, we got somebody rooting for you. Sully's in the building.
Oh, Sully. Hey, he said, Shucky Ducky Tree. Hey, Sully, long time no see.
So he's at a new place now, up in Cummings now, a place called Kava. So that's where we can find Sully. So if we want to go up there and grab something to eat, that's the place to go now. He's in Kava, C-A-V-A, in Cumming, Georgia. So that's how we can find our man, Shucky, Mr. Sullivan. Appreciate him. Well, Teresa, I appreciate you. You know how it is, before we let our guests get off the air, we want to make sure that you guys know how to find out more about them. So, Mr. Rod McKenzie, the floor is yours.
We're at gojackets.com on the 247 network. We'll have 2 reporters at the game on Friday over at the Benz, and we're looking forward to putting the Benz behind us, and even though we're getting that 10 mil, that we'd like to be playing that game, in the Dodge. So looking forward to a fun game, and we'll have all the things you need to know about the game and also post-game coverage.
And there you go, guys. You can see it scrolling up on the screen now. GoJackets.com. Rob, we appreciate you. Hopefully, I'll be able to join you on Friday. I wasn't able to do it for the game on Saturday because they had a packed arena there for the press box, so there's no room to squeeze me in. But hopefully, I have plenty of room up in Mercedes-Benz, and we can get in there and check you guys out. I think it's gonna be an epic game. And here's the thing: now, you Tech fans, just remember this. As bizarre as this is, things happen in college. So the Tech mathematically, technically is not out. Now, there's about 5 or 6 different things have to happen. And Tree's like thinking, no, probably not. But stranger things have happened. Miami has lost to good teams, bad teams before. But it would take, I think, 5 different things to happen for the Jackets to get in. But like I said, guys, just hang on for hope. Who knows? We'll go to social media one more time before you go, Rod. That's my man Sully making fun of me. He says, I'm Pastor Jay Slice, but never on the greens. You are correct, sir. I try to keep him in the middle of the green. Rob, listen, man, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. And guys, keep it locked right here for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. We'll be back in just a moment. Please don't go nowhere. Hang tight.
Did you know that Allen Vigil Ford in Morrow, Georgia also has Lincoln? Over 35 years of using the Vigil Touch to provide excellent customer service, works hand in hand with the Lincoln Motor Company to provide a luxurious and seamless way to acquire your next luxury vehicle. Lincoln has an array of full-service complimentary owner benefits. These benefits include hospitality partnerships, service pickup and delivery, all which can be accessed through the Lincoln Way app. You can even contact the 24/7 concierge to have someone assist you. Come and see our great inventory of new and pre-owned Lincolns today. Call 678-364-7345 to make an appointment with one of our brand champions or shop 24/7 online at allenvigillincoln.net.
We're back here, guys. There's a lovely Miss Tree Dolman. We appreciate her for joining us here. I had to contact everybody the last one. I was working like a madman, but thank the Lord, we're selling vehicles. So that's a good thing. Well, Tree, one thing that's been buzzing on everybody's mind, I'm sure you've been hearing it, is the first game as a starter for Mrs. Shedeur Sanders, and everybody on the internet has been talking about that. I don't know if you got a chance to see the highlights or even some of his comments. If so, what are kind of your thoughts? And if not, what do you think it means for Shedeur and the Browns now that he's officially the starter for the Cleveland Browns?
I would first like to say that I am very proud of him. I am one of the people who was rooting for him and felt like he really just, I don't want to say got robbed with the draft because everything happens for a reason, but they definitely screwed him over with the draft, and none of us expected that. So I wasn't sure if he would get an opportunity this year. I'm happy that he did get an opportunity. And yes, I did get to see a lot of his highlights. The one takeaway that I would like for him to improve on outside of course, football, because we all know that he can improve. I feel like he played very well. And I'm happy that he is the first quarterback in so many years to win his first start as a rookie. So that also is great. But as we all know with sports and with football, that the quarterback, you do not take the blame when you win, but you take the blame when you lose. So after his game, and he just kept saying, if I could do this in just 1 week of, imagine. So I just felt like he put it too much on himself, even though I know he was very ecstatic and super happy about the opportunity and for him to get the win. But outside of that, again, phenomenal. I'm happy that he's the starter. I hope that he can continue to keep playing well and continue to be the starter. And then we'll see what they do from here. But I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with if he's really getting the support from his teammates. It still seems kind of weird from some of his teammates where it doesn't seem like everybody is on board with him. But I'm very happy, and I want him to continue getting that starting job And so I hope he can keep these W's coming and keep playing great, because he definitely is a good quarterback. He has a great arm, and we just need to make sure he continues to capitalize on these opportunities. But what did you think of it, Jonathan?
Yeah, so from the highlights I saw, certainly the rollout touchdown pass was a thing of beauty. I mean, you couldn't have asked for anything better as far as the way he threw that ball, especially he was rolling out of pressure. So there's no doubt in my mind that play was a highlight play, and even getting the screen pass out, because like people pointed out, I mean, in the weeks before, Dylan Gabriel tried that same play and it really didn't get anywhere. Mm-hmm. And to Shadeur's credit, again, he got the ball out quickly. Only that one turnover, that first interception, but after that was pretty okay with the ball. I think it was 11 of 20, 209 yards. Me being old school, maybe I shouldn't put it on that. I'm kind of in the same sensibility that things that you do and say, and right or wrong, in the NFL, you can get away with saying more sometimes if you're not a quarterback. When you're the quarterback, when you're the quarterback, you're kind of the face of the franchise, and you have to kind of take more of a, lack of a better term, more corporate approach, like you said, a more team-oriented approach, and really, especially as a young man who, and I'm excited about that, constantly praises the Lord for what the Lord has done for him. You really have to have that humility, because once you put it out that, hey, I'm a man who believes in God. Well, we know the Bible says that humility is a key attribute. Now, we have to understand he's a young man, I guess 22 or 23 years old, and we have to understand he has the genes of his dad. And so I take all that into account and say, kind of get what he get. You kind of see what he is. But at the end of the day, outstanding performance. But I would like to see him, again, share more of the credit with the team and really talk about the excitement, not just excitement he's bringing per se, but turn that into the teammates. I'm so happy my teammates are excited for me to be out here and supporting me, and especially on the defensive end, because, I mean, the viral clip of Myles Garrett's reaction when he saw that pass, like, hey, that's how quarterbacks play for real.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's the we know that at least I would say 2/3 of that Browns team really is excited for Shedeur to be there. Mm-hmm. Now the other third, I'm not sure, and the coaching staff, I'm not sure, and I don't want to absolve them of any blame, but some of that is the cause of management, because I think that at some point these guys said, hey, we don't, not so much that Shedeur is not talented, but if we're not going to put him as a starter, we don't know if we want all of the activity, which we see he's a, very popular young man, from your backup quarterback, because they had no intention of making him a starter. So I think that all that was behind why the coach was like, we weren't sure. And we saw it, Tree. We saw it when they went to the coach and the GM, that didn't seem like either one of those guys signed on for that. It looked like the owner said, I want Sanders. Because their body language was like, oh, yeah, well, we kind of were happy he was there. No, you weren't, because you were frowning the whole time. Who are you kidding?
Yeah. And I know they didn't expect his jersey to be one of the highest selling, actually, of all the rookies. I think he was the number one selling jersey of all the rookies, and he was a 5th round draft pick. So they definitely didn't expect that, but And
again, who knows what went on behind the scenes, but we do know this much. The Browns owner, understand he had a bad team. He saw, because again, pro football, as hard as these guys play, and your husband experienced it. I mean, these guys get banged up, they get bruised. Some of the stuff, saves them for life. At the end of the day, from the executive point of view, it's still primarily the entertainment business. And I think what the Browns coach knew was, hey, I can pack the seats even with a bad team. And that's what they're doing. I mean, now that Shedeur is playing, I guarantee the Browns are going to pack that house every single week.
Oh, of course. There's so many people who want to see him. Even Shedeur was saying how he saw so many people with his jersey on, and it just made him happy. I mean, it's a ton of people wearing that number 12 jersey, and so I'm happy for him, and I'm happy that he's getting an opportunity to play. I felt so awful for him after the draft. I thought it was ridiculous.
That's just me. That's the question of everybody. So if guys are watching, if you guys want to chime in, what do you think about Shedeur Sanders' start? Clearly, we know that there was some shenanigans going on about him being drafted where he was drafted. I think that one guy that especially after the way his team has been playing. I know that I think if you would have interviewed Tom Brady privately, I think that there were some folks in the NFL that probably told him, hey, you can't draft him. Because I think that if you had put Shedeur on Vegas with Tom Brady, I don't know what you would have there. I mean, it would be phenomenal having that kind of mentorship. He already knows Shedeur. He already knows, his dad, and he worked with him during the offseason. But I think because same thing, body language, your body gives you up. They asked him about drafting me. He just looked very skittish, like he didn't want to answer the question. That's telling me that if nobody got their hands involved in this deal at all, there was no shenanigans, I really truly believe that he would have been probably a second-round draft choice for the Raiders, because I think the Raiders wanted to establish a running game with Ashton Jeanty, and I really do believe that he would have been their second-round pick. And with Ashton Jeanty and him and Tom Brady, yeah, the Raiders would have been a handful.
Yeah, I have a question.
Sure.
Why is your screen black?
Oh, my screen is black? Uh-oh.
You didn't know that your face hasn't been on the screen this whole time?
No, I just see me as the green background. Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, since the moment I came on, I see your name, but it's just completely black. Like your face has not been on the show the whole time. So I thought maybe I missed the announcement, but I figured I'd ask.
All right, let me take a look at this. Well, meanwhile, I'm gonna let you take the whole screen up and then answer this question from Sully here. So I think I'm gonna go to full screen with you, and I'll put Sully's comment on the board, and I'll figure out why I'm the man in black.
Yeah, all black. Sully said everybody would get an opportunity and want to do whatever they drink or think, because it only comes once in a lifetime. If you miss it, you'll regret it for life. I agree.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So I'm gonna try to figure out why I'm in the
True.
black screen.
Well, while you also do that, I would like to share that Saturday I did my 5th annual Making a Better Me Turkey and Trimmings giveaway, where we fed 100 families in need with a box with a frozen turkey, macaroni and cheese, green beans, corn, greens, yams, cake mix, cranberry sauce, carnation, evaporated milk. Did I say cake? I think I did say cake. But anyway, a box full of food so that people could cook for their families of 6 to 8 people. It really feeds more than 6 to 8 people, but we just say 6 to 8 as an average. And we ran out of boxes well before 2 p.m., which I didn't think we would be there until 2 p.m. The event started at noon. We also had drawstring bags for the kids of the families, and the kids were so excited to get their drawstring bags. And then also I gave out some posters this year that I got from the Pro Football Hall of Fame of the enshrinement class of 2023, I believe it was, not this last class, but the prior one. And the kids love that as well. So thank you to all of the volunteers who came out. Thank you to every person who came up to get a box. We just wanted to show you all love, put a smile on your face, put a smile in your hearts, and let you know that God still is able and he always provides, and just excited. So thank you to the YMCA Carver Village off of Pryor Street for allowing us to host our event there. This actually was our 3rd year being there, and we're looking forward to doing it again next year, Lord willing. But thank you. I just wanted to say how awesome I feel appreciated, and how awesome our sponsors are, our volunteers, and just everyone who came together. This year, Jonathan, we have free haircuts. So we also have free haircuts so that the gentlemen can have their fresh cuts for Thanksgiving. And we're just looking to continue to grow the event each year. And I'm thinking that next year, Lord willing, we may try to do 150 boxes or 200 boxes. We'll see. But I think we've passed the 100 mark by this time.
Well, that's good stuff. I'm gonna try to put myself back on the screen. Hopefully, I'm still not in black. I'm not
Still
sure.
all black screen.
Still all black screen. Okay, we're not sure what's cooking there. I'm gonna take a look at myself here on social media. and see how I look.
I'm glad I said something because I thought you knew that it was completely black.
No, I had no idea I was in blackface. Literally, no, I had no
Well,
idea.
not black face, it's black screen.
Black screen. We're totally knocked out of the box there, boys. Yeah, I'm not sure what my system here. I'm not sure exactly what's been going on, but it's been crazy that I'm literally having to do this on my iPad. My computer, I couldn't hear anything, so I'm not sure what's going on here. But anyway, let's go here. Once again, look at Sully. I think we pop some up there. There we go.
Who going to cut my hair tree? Well, Sully, if you come out, we have a great barber to cut your hair too.
There you go. That's right.
He's actually been cutting hair for a very long time. He cuts hair of so many people that I know. It's just like, wow, I always see somebody new and I'm like, wow, he cuts your hair too. So yeah, he's a really good barber. And I'm going to talk with the director at the YMCA and see how much of a line we had to see if I need to bring in a second or third barber. So we only had one this year. We wanted to gauge if we needed more or not. And so I will definitely talk to them and see, but I'm excited. So it was a very successful event. Thank you to everyone who donated. Thank you to all of our sponsors and our volunteers because we cannot do it without you. All right, now we see the logo.
Right. So I realized that I see on social media that my screen is black. So we're going to at least go to the logo. So
okay.
For us to see my screen. Okay, Sully's got a rebuttal. He says, nope, he wants a personal haircut from you. There you go.
Oh, you want me to? Well,
right,
Sully, I will tell you this. I appreciate that. I feel special. But the only man's hair that I cut was my husband's.
There you go.
So
there you go.
Outside of that, I probably would do my dad, but I don't want to. I don't know. I'm not really a barber. I can braid hair and do a couple of things, but I don't want to mess up your hair, Sully. And plus, you're always rocking that Falcon hat.
There you go.
Gotta have the hair looking nice under there. You don't want me to mess up your hair.
Well, I'm gonna try one thing really quickly. I'm gonna take a break and try to reboot the screen. And hopefully, prayerfully, I'll be out and be able to not be on the avatar. All right, guys, keep it locked right here for more of the Real Talk Sports Show. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere, please, and thank you.
Looking for a vehicle? Come to Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We're a family-owned dealership that's been serving the Atlanta area for over 40 years, offering an unbeatable selection of new Fords, Lincolns, and pre-owned vehicles. Enjoy our exceptional customer service and great financing options tailored just for you. Visit us at 6790 Mount Zion Boulevard in Morrow, Georgia, located just 20 minutes from downtown Atlanta. Call us at 678-364-3979 or visit online at allenvigilford.net.
It's spinning. Let's see what happens. Oh, you're there! But now there's no sound. Your lips are moving, no sound is coming out. Jonathan, we can't hear anything. It's interesting. It's like first we had sound and no video. Now we have video and no sound. You sure saying a lot. Sorry, I can't hear anything. Well, hello, everyone. While we wait for Jonathan to come back to us, I would like to talk about my Detroit basketball Pistons. Yes, my Detroit Pistons have won 13 games in a row. We are tied for a franchise record, and we have the opportunity to make a new record and break the record if we win 14 games in a row. And we can do that. I believe it's Boston that we're playing in Boston. If we win that game, then we will be 14 games undefeated, 14 games back to 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 back, 14 games in a row. And so we will set a new franchise record if we can do that. It is not going to be easy to do, but I have faith and hope, and I believe in my Detroit Pistons. Let me tell you the main thing I am so excited about. When we had all of our starters out, and I mean every single one of our starters were injured, our backups came in and they still kept the winning streak going. And we all know that we're only as good as your weakest link. So the fact that all of our backups were still coming out and playing phenomenal basketball, I mean, kudos to my Detroit Pistons. I am so excited. And then can we talk about this number 24 who played for the Motor City G League team? He is a complete bucket. I mean, Jenkins, where did you come from? Shooting shots at half court and they're going in, and he's scoring big time, shooting, putting up alley-oops for Jalen Duren. And I'm just like, wow, I'm excited. So if you can't tell, I am very, 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 very happy about my Detroit Pistons every year, but I'm really excited about them this year. And the last two times that we went 13 games undefeated, back to 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 back 13, we won championships. So we shall see. I don't want to put that pressure on my Detroit Pistons because I just want them to continue playing hard. We know that we had the Bad Boys, and then we had the team with Prince and all of them. And now we have the team with Motorcade, as we like to call him. And they just say that they're a bunch of dogs, and I love it. I'm so excited. We have a great coach. We have a great team, a great staff, the energy. They always come out excited and hyped up. So we'll see. We'll see if we can go and complete the task of getting 14 in a row and then shooting for 15 in a row and blah, 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 blah. But one game at a time. We're not going to look too far ahead, but we'll see. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I'm very excited about my Detroit Pistons. And so we'll say it again. Detroit basketball. Yes, very excited. And then on the other hand, can I talk about my Detroit Lions? So I know that we got the dub. We got the W in overtime. But let me tell you, I was a little worried. I'm a little concerned about my Lions. We're playing okay. We have our moments where we're playing really well, but there's still, it's a little something that's missing there. Just a little something. So I'm hoping that we can go ahead and get over that hump and play the way that we normally play. I mean, come on, can we give it up for Jahmyr Gibbs? He is just phenomenal. He really is Sonic. So I see why Sonic the Hedgehog is the perfect name for him. I am so happy that we have him. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Williams, like our whole roster. I love our roster. I love our team. We need our offensive line to start back playing great. Now they're trying to talk about our offensive line, and we know at one point we had the best offensive line in the NFL. So I just need them to get back to where they used to be. I know that we had a couple of people retire and leave, and so we had to fill those spaces. But I'm really hopeful for my Detroit Lions. But in order for us to come back into that spot, because if you don't know, the NFC North, which is the division for my Detroit Lions, right now we have the Chicago Bears sitting in number 1. Whoever would have thought that at the beginning of the season? I definitely did not, but I'm happy for them. But when we play them again, we need to beat them for the second time. And then in number 2, we have the Green Bay Packers, which the funny thing about the Green Bay Packers being number 2 is that they had a tie They didn't have a win or a loss. So because of that, it puts them a game ahead. But we do have more losses than they do. And we just have to beat them. So come Thanksgiving, we have to beat the Green Bay Packers. They beat us the first game. We have to beat them the second game. And then when we play the Chicago Bears again, we beat them the first game. We have to also beat them again the second game. So we need to start getting more W's stacked up, and we need the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears to start stacking up some L's so that we can go ahead. And I want us to win the NFC North again. If we win it this year, that will be a three-peat because we won it for the last 2 seasons. And I want us to win it again this year so that everything has to go through Detroit until Super Bowl. And I'm crossing my fingers, and I'm hopeful that we can definitely make it to the Super Bowl this year. We've had so many opportunities last year and the year before, and just, lots of injuries really hurt us last year. I really feel like if it wasn't for the injury, we would have gone to the Super Bowl then. But hey, are you back, Jonathan? Guess not. I thought I heard you. But I'm excited about my Detroit Lions. And it wasn't pretty, but we came back and we won. But I don't like those games where we have to come back and we're down and, time is running out and I'm nervous. So I would rather us just be up and continue to be up throughout the games. And they don't scare me like that. But at least we got the W. Oh, I see you, and I'm pretty sure I hear you because I heard some noise.
Right. Yes. I had to go to my. I'm actually on my cell phone, so I'm like you're about this big. I can barely see.
That's okay.
That's right. So what do you say? Let me put my glasses on so I can see a little better.
Well, at least we can hear you and see you. So I was talking about my Detroit Pistons because, as you know, we have tied the franchise record of 13 wins in a row. And when we play Boston, if we win, then we'll break and set a new franchise record. And then I was also talking about my Detroit Lions, how I need the number 1 Chicago Bears to lose and number 2 Green Bay Packers to lose and us to keep winning so that we can win the NFC North again. So we'll see. We'll see. So that's just what I was talking about.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, NFC North is it's strong. We should have 3 teams from NFC North in the playoffs. Certainly I don't think anybody thought the Bears would be one of those 3 teams, but they're
so funny. Out. That's what I said. I said, no. Who would have thought that at the beginning of this season?
I don't think
definitely
anybody.
Not I.
No, they are definitely balling out. Kudos to Caleb finally getting on track there with your former offensive coordinator, young Mr. Johnson. And it looks like he's finally got Caleb really understanding how to run that offense. Yeah. And, of course, their defense has been playing better. And here we are. Yeah,
I'm happy for them. I really am because we love Ben Johnson, and I'm appreciative of everything that he did for my Detroit Lions. But unfortunately, Ben, now you're the enemy. You went to a team in our same division, and we don't play that. I still love you, Ben, but I need y'all to start stacking up some L's.
Just saying, it's gonna be tough. Speaking of stacking up some L's, guys, there's no losses here because the show must go on. We're back on here, and so now, before we wrap the show up, we have to talk about a subject that makes folks in Atlanta grimace sometimes. So, yeah, be the Falcons. So, guys, don't go anywhere. We'll be back to talk about your Atlanta Falcons. And, hey, at least you have some good news on Sunday. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for a new vehicle? Well, check out Allen Vigil Ford Lincoln in Morrow, Georgia. We have one of the largest inventories in our area for both new and pre-owned vehicles, so we're sure to have something for everyone. Family owned and operated since 1982, customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. Come see our full lineup of vehicles and find the one that best fits you. Give us a call today, 678-726-5739, or shop us 24/7 online at allenvigilford.net.
Yes, indeed, guys. Certainly, if you need a vehicle, you can contact yours truly. Give me a call at 678-364-3979. I thought about this, Tree. I've been in the car business on and off for pretty much half of my life. It's unbelievable now. And I have literally provided vehicles for thousands of customers in my lifetime. Not hundreds, thousands. And that includes companies as large as, we've even, before I came here, did vehicles to UPS. We sold vehicles to NYPD. We sold vehicles to the state of Georgia. I shouldn't say state of Georgia, to many municipalities in the state of Georgia. So again, guys, we will take good care of you. Give me a call, 678-364-3979, and we'd be more than happy to take good care of you as well. Well, Tree, speaking of taking good care, the Falcons finally took good care of their fans, getting a 24-10 win on the road against a bad Saints team. I mean, let's face it, Saints are not too good. But for the battle to get out of last place, the Falcons did, in fact, escape from ending up in last place in the NFC South. I don't know if, again, did you get a chance to watch any of the highlights of that game? Kirk Cousins actually played the way Kirk Cousins played in the beginning of last season when we thought that we did well by signing Kirk to a big contract.
I actually watched a lot of the game, and I'm still perplexed about our tight end. It's just interesting, but I'm happy that they got the win. I'm so happy to see Kirk Cousins out there playing again. I know that, like you just said, when you all thought that you did good by signing him, you guys did do good by signing him. He really is a great quarterback. Yes, I know that he threw a lot of interceptions and he had a different outcome for some of the games, and that it wasn't the best. But I still want everybody to keep in mind that he was coming off of an Achilles injury. So I did not expect for him to be 100% when he first came. That is an injury that takes a long time to recover from. And now I do think he's 100% personally, but I was taking that into consideration because I did see him playing before the injury, because as you all know, he used to be our Minnesota Vikings quarterback. And he is a very great quarterback, even if you look at his stats. That is why the Atlanta Falcons paid him as much money as they did. So we did get a great quarterback in Kirk Cousins, but it was just going to take some time for him to get back to it. And then I feel like with everything that was happening, then he was starting to get into his own head and not play as well. So I think that played a part of it. So I'm really hoping that he can get back to him and playing the way that he normally plays, and everyone can see that, yes, we do have a great quarterback in Kirk Cousins. And we'll see. But like you said, they got out of last place, and it's still not looking good for the Falcons. And I'm still just, it's just a lot there. It's a lot to unpack, and
yeah,
I'm perplexed. I'm just confused with Kyle Pitts, though. That's my big. It's just like, But what were your thoughts of the game?
Well, it's a situation where, everybody's puzzled about Kyle Pitts, because here's a guy that, has shown flashes of brilliance. And certainly Kirk threw them in the game. He made a couple of decent catches early on, but then he does what he does. He, drops the ball. Matter of fact, almost caused the ball to be intercepted. I'm not sure whether his head gets out of the game because they asked him to block a little bit. I'm not sure at all what his situation is, but
did you say almost? He did cause an interception.
That's what I'm sure. Yeah. So, knocked the ball in the air. So, at the end of the day, I think that it would be highly unlikely that he will be wearing a Falcons uniform next year, because I don't think they're going to pay him that money that he can collect somewhere else.
Yeah.
And because I think that probably as the year goes on, Kirk will continue to throw to him. He'll probably put up some decent yards, but somebody will pay him the money he wants from being a fifth-year player, but it most likely won't be the Falcons. And I'm just not sure. I think really after his first year, really after the injury, I don't know if it was a mental thing or what, but he just hasn't really been the same player.
Yeah.
He just hasn't.
It takes a lot sometimes, because like you say, even with the mental, coming back. And then sometimes, if I don't know if you've spoken to a lot of people who has injuries, even though the doctor may say that you're 100% and you can play like you used to play, you still kind of favor the other leg or whatever it is, and you're still a little scared yourself to play the way that you used to play because you don't want to re-injure. So that could be a part of it. And then like you say, the mental part where it's just all in your head. But we'll see. We'll see.
And the other thing,
can I say something?
Sure, go ahead.
Do you remember when D-Led was on the show and I asked him, because a big pet peeve of mine and also my husband's, my hubby and I would have this conversation where we did not think it was fair that the quarterback would throw a perfect pass, another player would mess up the ball and then it gets intercepted, or tip it and then it gets intercepted and it goes against the quarterback. That is not fair to the quarterbacks. If Kyle Pitts or some other player wants to mess up the ball and then it gets intercepted, that should go against that player, not the quarterback. And I know that D-Les said that it's something that they've been talking about, but people look at it and they know. But at the end of the day, when they're looking at that quarterback stats, you're not thinking about those games at that time. It's just like, oh, well, he threw 15 touchdowns, but he had 5 interceptions. No, he really may have had 1 or 2. That's not fair to the quarterback. So I really want the NFL to look at that rule and change it, because that's not fair to our quarterbacks. If they're not the ones that caused the interception, it should not go against them. Raymond said, just checking in to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, peace and blessings. Thank you, Raymond.
Actually, I think it's Bernard. Bernard.
Listen,
okay.
My light is bright, but it's not as bright as it usually is. But clearly, I still have it a little too bright. Bernard. Thank you, Bernard Benjamin.
Thank you, brother.
Happy
Appreciate
Thanksgiving,
you.
peace and blessings to you as well.
Happy Thanksgiving, and hopefully the Falcons can get another win so that people can be happy over on the weekend. And I think that's the perfect way to end it. Happy Thanksgiving to all. And before we shut it down, guys, you know what we do? We want to make sure that you know everything about our co-host or guest. So I'm going to get this little tiny screen. Hopefully I can get this stupid thing to work for me here. Let's get rid of that. There we go. And yep, we go here. Entry Dolman, the floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. You can find me on social media at Purple Diva 13, as well as Ms. America International 2022. And I will also like to ask you all to vote for me. I'm in the Fab Over 40 contest. I have made it to the quarterfinalists. You can vote free for me every day for free, or you can pay to vote, which the money will go to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. But free votes every day. I have to finish in first place in order to continue to the next round. But happy Thanksgiving. Thank you for watching Real Talk Sports. We appreciate you all more than words.
The Queen has spoken. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up here. What better way to end a pre-Thanksgiving show? I want to thank you all again so much for supporting us. It's one of the reasons I came on tonight, even I was scrambling around. I said, nope, I'm going to do the show before we end up in Thanksgiving. And of course, the person we have to be the most thankful for is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because he allows us, by repenting of our sins, believing that he died on the cross and rose from the dead, to be able to dwell with him in heaven. That's right. When you leave this earth, you can now go to heaven if you repent of your sins and believe in him, and you escape that nasty place called hell. And hell is fiery, it's dark, it's terrible, and you're going to be locked up with the devil, all his demonic people, and the worst people ever to walk the earth. I don't know about you, but I like option number 1 instead of option number 2. All right, guys, until the next time we get back together again, we simply say as we do each week, God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of the day or evening, whichever may apply. So long, and take care.